Blue, 42. 69, 69. Set height. Wait, stop, 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 stop. Okay, go. What's going on, Canes fans? Miami football is officially back, and whoa. We don't mean back. We mean back playing football again this Saturday, coming off of the bye week. Now, if you were confused by that little intro skit, it was just a little jab at Wake Forest and that slow mesh that they like to run on offense occasionally. What I'll do, I'll throw up a clip of it right here.
State, he's certainly capable of that. There's that slow mesh, pulls it back and throws.
My nephews had been asking to make an appearance in a video for quite some time, and we're coming up on the tail end of the season, so I thought it was kind of a fun way to get them involved. And my oldest nephew, the one that was in the pads and the Miami helmet, I'm going to have to talk to his parents and see if maybe I can get him into some football, because we were throwing the ball around and he looked like a tight end out there. Now, before we dive into the preview video, I do need two quick favors from you. Number one, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. And number two, leave a comment, literally anything, on this specific video, because I'm going to be giving away some free t-shirts from the merch store. All of these are Miami Hurricanes themed, so they're pretty cool. And that's the only two requirements. You just have to be subscribed to this channel, and you must leave a comment on this video. I will reply to your comment, let you know if you are one of the winners, and ignore if there are any bot responses that happen sometimes on giveaways. I will reply with a Canes fan member only emote, which is the foam hands, so you'll know that it's actually me. Now, I do also just want to reply to comments, so not every reply is you winning. I'll let you know specifically if you're chosen for a shirt. It's random though. I don't pick. It's a generator thing that like rolls and picks names. So I'm not playing favorites. I swear. Now I want to kick off this video by mentioning just how big of an underdog Wake Forest is going into this game. 25 points.
Daddy, chill.
You heard me right. A 25-point underdog. That is an absolute insane number, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying that Miami is not capable of beating the Demon Deacons by that much, but I was just a little shocked when I saw that number, given Miami's issues on defense and allowing teams to stay in a lot of the games. The Demon Deacons are fighting for bowl eligibility and must win their final two games against Miami and then closing out the season with Duke. The big question right now is if their starting quarterback, Hank Bachmeier, will be healthy enough to play, because he left the UNC game last week with an upper extremity injury. Now, as far as I understand, it's not anything to do with his throwing arm specifically, but they just said upper extremity injury. Now, this guy comes in at number 2. Now, this is not a good number 2. Let me finish. Number 2 as the most sacked quarterback in the ACC. But he does bring a ton of experience because he's been playing college ball since back in 2019. And here's the deal with Wake Forest. This is what you're going to see everybody talking about on social media leading up to this game. On offense, they run this, how do you put it? Unorthodox, slow mesh, run pass option system. You're obviously not going to see this every play, but it's very interesting to see. And you saw kind of an example of it at the very beginning of the video. And I feel like there's two different ways to look at this. given how long the quarterback typically holds on to the ball, which is up to 2.5 seconds at times, it could provide a big opportunity for Miami's D-line in this game. Now, on the other hand, that Wake Forest offense can punish the defense if they don't play with discipline. And right now, well, we all know, Miami fans, we're pretty upset with Guidry and this Miami Hurricanes defense. So which one is it going to be? Is it going to be the defense feasting? Are they going to add to that sack total for Hank Bachmeier or whoever's back there taking snaps? Or is the defense going to get eaten alive? Miami also has to watch out for their running back Claiborne, who is quite shifty. He's forced 41 missed tackles and is close to hitting 1,000 yards this season. As a Miami fan, we all know what's at stake, and the Canes must win these next 2 games. So can Miami win yet another game off of a bye week, because they already broke the bye week curse earlier this season, so that shouldn't be a huge concern. And does the offense get back to putting up big points, which is something they did not do against Georgia Tech? And whether you want to argue Georgia Tech running the football a lot and not letting Cam Ward have the ball, whether you want to argue Cam Ward not taking the checkdowns, always looking for the big play, or just some other miscues on offense, Miami needs to get back to putting up big-time points in this one. I know that Mario Cristobal earlier this week did also hint at the possibility of some returning injured players, so guys like Damari Brown, Alston, Rodriguez, and Popo, but he did say that they are a game-time decision, so just based on how they have approached other injuries this year, I wouldn't get too excited about it. So let's take a quick look at the history between these two teams. Miami and Wake Forest have faced off 11 times in total, with Miami leading the series 8-3. The most recent matchup was way back in 2013, and the Canes came out on top 24-21 in a close one. Let's also take a quick look at some average stats so far this season for both squads. I'm going to put that nice little graphic image up here. Reminder that I round up or down respectively with these numbers. Coming into this game, Wake Forest points per game 28, Miami 45. Points allowed against them per game, Wake 33, Miami 23. Yards gained per game, Wake Forest 394, Miami a very respectable 545. And yards allowed against them, Wake 438, Miami 317. Next up, I'll give you 3 keys to a victory for each team, and let's kick it off with the Miami Hurricanes. Coming in at number 1, the red zone defense needs to hold Wake Forest to field goal attempts. This Miami defense has allowed teams to score a touchdown on, get this, 16 of 21 red zone trips in ACC play. I understand that no scoring is preferred, and that's what we're hoping for, but giving up field goals is better than touchdowns, and Miami needs to be better at not letting teams get in the end zone once they're in the red zone. Number 2, maybe some runs that aren't between the tackles. I understand that I'm just a couch coach, but more running back screens as well would be nice, and maybe some swing passes. Come on, help me out, Dawson. And lastly, I know it's mostly because it still stings from the Georgia Tech game, and it pains me to say this, but take the points, because I'm guilty of saying, hey, foot on the gas. I understand there's an argument of Mario trusting the offense because they've been great on 3rd and even 4th downs this season, minus really the Georgia Tech game. But Andy Borregales is really, really good. There's a reason we love that guy as a kicker at the University of Miami. Take the points. Coming in at number 1 for Wake Forest, feed your running back. You have a veteran O-line that actually grades out as one of the top run blocking lines in the ACC. I don't think it's the very top, but it's pretty high up there. And Miami just gave up 271 on the ground against Georgia Tech and had no answers. As a Miami fan, you would like to hope that maybe Miami addresses that and they're not just going to let a team run down their throats again this week. But Wake Forest, again, you have a very solid running back. Give him the ball. Number 2, in 3rd and medium situations, look for wide receiver Taylor Morin. This guy is a chain mover and has the 6th most first downs converted amongst ACC receivers this season. And lastly, that's right, I'm bringing it back. Pray. I would not want to be facing Cam Ward this week. Let me tell you, the offense will be out for blood, and you are definitely outmatched. Just don't ask me to hype up the defense right now, okay? We're not really going to do that, but the offense is prepped and ready to score big-time points. So let's get to the part that you're really here for, the pick and score prediction. But as always, I like to kick it over to my dog, Max. Let's check in with him, and let's get his pick before I give mine. All right, it is now officially time for Max's pick, and he makes the straight line run for the Miami Hurricanes. Come on now, can we get some comments here for his Dino Jammies? Look at that cute boy. So as you can see, Max would have had an opportunity to catch up with me a little bit, as my pick was wrong last week. I come on here, I own it. I picked Miami to beat Georgia Tech. They couldn't get the job done, but he believed in the Canes as well. So that puts me at 9-1 and Max at 6-4 so far this season. Now, I also always like to take a quick look at the ESPN matchup predictor, which goes over here, actually. The bye week mess with me. I'm pointing to the wrong part of the screen. The ESPN matchup predictor, which gives Miami a whopping 95.7% chance of winning this game, and the Demon Deacons only 4.3%. If we jump over and take a quick look at FanDuel, they have Miami listed as a 24.5-point favorite, with the over-under coming in at 64.5 points. With all of that being said, can the Miami Hurricanes bounce back this week? Have they really thought about what they did over that bye week and letting the fans down and putting themselves in a more difficult position here, less room for error to get to the conference championship? I've got the Miami Hurricanes putting up 42, so I've got them scoring big points again this week. And you know what? I'm going to give Wake Forest 24. So again, Miami, a 24.5-point favorite. I do not have them covering that. This is an 18-point win. And I understand that I believe I just gave Wake Forest the same amount of points that they scored against UNC last week. But I came up with these numbers after completing my complex mathematical equation. So it is what it is. It just so happened to be 24 after I finished everything. So 42-24. I do think the Canes bounce back. I don't think that it has anything to do with losing that game to Georgia Tech. I don't think that fires them up any extra. I think that they would have beat Wake Forest by quite a bit. Wake Forest has won 4 freaking football games. Let's be real. If Miami cannot beat Wake Forest and beat them pretty handedly, then they don't deserve to be in the conference championship. I'll be the Miami fan that comes up here and says that. Obviously, at times, you have to scrape by. This also applies to great teams. They can win a game by 1 point or 3 points, but at the end of the day, as long as they win it, right, you have to find a way to win. And Miami has been scraping by, and they had been doing that. Look at the Cal game. Look at how close the Duke game was for a while. Look at Virginia Tech. They found a way to win. We didn't care about the entire nation clowning us and saying frauds and fakes. Who cares? Miami was winning. Well, that did not happen against Georgia Tech, and I'm still upset over it. But the reality is Miami can win these next 2 games and go to the conference championship against probably SMU in a game that will be very exciting to watch. But we can't get ahead of ourselves They got to win these two first. So I think that they will bounce back. I think they beat a bad Wake Forest team, and they should. Let me know your thoughts. Again, don't forget to leave a comment on this video to be entered to win a free t-shirt. You do also have to be subscribed. Don't forget to do that. I will check. But otherwise, let's chop it up down in the comment section below. Let me know if you think that I'm crazy. I actually don't answer that because I am. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my score prediction, and let's talk about yours. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one. Oh, the hoodie? Yeah, it's an official hoodie girl hoodie. That's right.